Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.
Great day, everyone. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections. We are so excited to be here on today. Hope you got the information that just played about Divine Connections Marketing. We are a magazine marketing company that comes out quarterly to promote different positive things going on in the community. So if you want to stay connected, make sure you go to our website, divineconnectionsmarketing.com. If you're interested in advertising in our next magazine, be sure to email me, which is located at the bottom of the bar. So today I have a special guest, which I'm so excited. One of my good friends, Miss Maxine Phillips. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful. Awesome. So she has a lot of great information to share with us today. She is our diabetes coach. So she's going to share with you a little bit about herself at first. So tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Well, I am a life and career coach. I help individuals to understand what God has gifted them to do and then create a career strategy for your career as well as life. I do resumes. Yes, I do diabetes accountability coaching, but I also work with organizations and team development.
Awesome. Those are great things. So we're going to dig into a little bit of, we know a lot of individuals deal with diabetes. So let's start with that. So just give us just a little bit of information on how you got started with, first of all, being a coach, if you had to deal with diabetes, and we'll go from there.
Oh, I sure did, Dolores. Oh, my gracious. In 2008, I was a caretaker of my husband who had already been diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. And here I am taking care of him, right?
Right.
Well, we didn't realize, and I didn't realize that stress can bring on type 2 diabetes. So taking care of him, working a full-time job, helping with my grandson, all of those great things that we do in life. Here I am on one sofa sick, and he's on the other sofa sick. And I said, hey, wait a minute. Something is wrong with this picture.
Right.
I knew the symptoms. I knew constant thirst. I knew urination. All of these things is going on. The cold sweats and all of that that's going on. Constantly hunger, and you can't seem to get full. You can't seem to stop wanting to drink something. But I was drinking the wrong things because it was more sweet tea and soda than water. And so I go to the doctor, and sure enough, I'm type 2. Not just type 2. They really wanted to send me to the emergency room.
Oh, wow.
My blood sugars were so high, And so, but what do they give you? They gave me medication. Not education.
Come on now.
But medication. And so I started taking the medication. But after a while, it started making me feel really, really bad. My sight was going bad. I couldn't drive at night. And I'm like, this is not helping me.
Right.
But we all have intuitions. We all have spirits that talk to us. And my spirit say, Maxine, you can do this. I call my doctor and say, listen, I am not taking this medication anymore. It is not helping me. It's hurting me. But if you work with me, I asked my doctor to work with me, not me work with them.
Come on now.
And then I started doing the research. I started reading books. I started going on the internet. I started doing everything I possibly could to find out about diabetes and what could I do for myself to take control. Now, in 2010, I lost my husband too. He literally died from complications due to diabetes. He had ketoacidosis, which is when the blood sugars are too high. And so you have to be safer because the ketones releases into the bloodstream and then it causes all your organs to shut down. So it's a serious and it's a silent disease at the same time. So that's why I'm
Right.
called the Our Diabetes Coach, because listen, I'm taking this baby by the handle and I'm like, no, I'm not losing any more friends to this. If not under my watch, not if I can
Right.
keep from it.
Right.
So that's why I do what I do, because I want to be able to help people make a lifestyle change. And that's what I had to do first. How can you tell someone else what to do if you're not
Right.
walking the talk?
That's right. So, what are some things that you actually started to do naturally versus dealing with the medication to deal with diabetes?
But first and foremost, I had to cut out all that sweet tea. We love going
Mm.
to these restaurants and picking up the sweet tea. Not the
Right.
little one, but the big sweet teas, right? Well, that's the worst thing we can do for our bodies because it's so loaded with sugar. And most
Yeah.
myth is sugar causes diabetes. Sugar, yes, it enhances it, it makes it worse, but it's not the only thing that causes diabetes. So I had to cut out the sugar. I had to cut out
Mm-hmm.
the soda, the pop,
Mm.
whatever you want to call it, Coca-Colas, whatever you want to call it, but I had
Right.
to put all of that out. And don't say I'm going from the dark soda to the clear soda. No, they all have sugar. And
Right.
don't say I'm going from the regular sodas to diet sodas, because the body does not know what to do with artificial sugar.
Okay.
So don't fool yourself with all of that. And I had to replace it with water. But now some people say, water, that's just so bland. Well, you can
Mm.
infuse your water with lemons and with limes and with
That's
fruits. There's so many different things you can do in order to plenish, with the water and make it appealing to you. And then I had to start working with my fruits and vegetables.
right. Mm.
I had to be very cautious because you have what is called high carb vegetables and low carb vegetables.
Okay.
And so these are some of the things that I'm going to be teaching in the workshop that I have coming up in October called Diabetes Killing Us Silently. And then I talk about I have diabetes, but you know what? Diabetes does not have me,
All right. Now.
because I decided to take control and make some lifestyle changes. And let's not forget about moving.
Yes.
You have to do a little exercise, and I'm not an exercise buff, so not going to sit here and tell you exercise, exercise, exercise. But I
Mm-hmm.
will say move. You
Yes.
like to dance, dance. You like to walk, walk. If you like to run, run. If you like to play tennis, then play it. Play with your kids. Get outside and be active with the children.
Yes.
Think if you're not thinking about your exercising. Make it fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So she's giving us some good nuggets, you guys. So if you have diabetes, kind of stay off the sugar, the tea, soda, drink more of water, and you can jazz it up a little bit with some
Yeah.
lemon, some lime, some fruit, and eat more fruits and vegetables. That's some basic things that you can do.
Yes. And don't forget about your protein now. You do need protein. And
Mm-hmm.
so, have a balanced meal, so have a protein. If you're going to have a carb, but I'm not saying you can't have any carbs, because the body does need carbs
Right.
and the brain needs carbs in order to function, to give it
Right.
energy. But you can't have a whole heap, like 3 cups of macaroni and cheese. Have
Right.
1 cup of macaroni and cheese and have your portion of protein, 5 to 6 ounces, and then have you a nice salad. And that's going to keep the carbs balanced, opposed to going spiking high in the bloodstream.
Awesome. And tell us again when your workshop is and how people can get connected to be a part of that.
Well, right now it has not been released for you to register, but it's set for October the 3rd. And
Okay.
we're going to have one in the morning from 10 to 12, and we'll have one in the afternoon from 2 to 4. So you can decide which one of those work best for you. And you'll be able to register as soon as I put the link out on my Facebook page, as well as the LinkedIn page. My website is www.gamsunlimited.com.
Awesome. Is that virtual or in person, the workshop?
This is virtual. We're going to do it online because we have to practice being safe and keeping distance. So we're still going to abide by those rules.
Okay. Is there a cost to attend?
There is a cost. It's going to be
Okay.
$49. It's not a large cost at all. And that's just covers some of the major things that's happening, in the world that needs to be taken care of. But it's a
Yeah.
nominal cost. And then later on, if you decide that you want to do one-on-one coaching with me or group coaching with me, then I'm going to have the program that I will be offering. It's a 6-month program. Because
Okay.
diabetes, we didn't get it overnight.
Right.
It's not going to leave us overnight. I've
Right.
been doing this research since 2008. Here it is, 2020. And Dolores, guess what?
Yes.
I still have to watch it
Oh,
every
yeah.
single day. I cannot forget about it because if not, you lose sight of what you're doing. And before you know it, it's blown out of proportion all over again.
Right. And those are some good nuggets, even if you don't have diabetes, that you still should do. Eat fruits and vegetables, drink water, less of the sugar, because that just helps your body
Yes.
a little bit better. Awesome. Anything else you want to share about the diabetes?
Well, the main thing is that you have to control it, but you have to know what you're controlling. So you
Okay.
meet with the doctor, have a conversation with your doctor. And if the doctor want to prescribe medications, then ask the doctor, hey, work with me.
Yeah.
Another thing I always say, know your body better than your doctor, though. I will
Yeah.
at 100% because and I'll talk about this during my workshop, but there's a time when I knew my body better than my doctor. And by knowing that, I was able to help them with my diagnosis.
Right.
And so they depended on you to help them. And so we'll talk about a lot of little different tips and techniques that you can use even when you go to the doctor.
Right. And I like that you said you might have diabetes, but diabetes does not have you. I love that.
Yeah, and it's a I call it's a mindset.
Yes.
And when you take that approach, you refuse to allow diabetes to control you because you know what? We can lose eyesight. We can end up on dialysis. We can have amputations. It affects the kidneys. It affects our hearing. A lot of people don't realize diabetes affects the hearing as well. And so there's so many things that diabetes affect. But, Dolores, you made one great point. All the things that I'm talking about that I did for my lifestyle changes, I did them because diabetes was the awareness. It was a wake-up call. But
Right.
it's something that everyone can do for anybody. And you don't even have to have a disease in order to start doing these things.
Right. And those are the measures you can take to prevent getting diabetes as
Or
well,
any disease.
or any disease. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome, awesome. That is phenomenal and great, great information. So you all take heed. The workshop is October the 3rd, I believe you said, from 10 to 12.
And then
what
2 till 4. So I have
and
2 separate ones so I can accommodate the ones in the morning and the ones in the afternoon. Yes.
awesome. So if you're interested in your health, I would highly suggest that you be registered in one of her classes. She will put the links up soon. Her name is Maxine Phillips. Make sure you go to her page and like her page. Also, tell them how they can stay connected with you.
Well, you know what? Even though I have not put the registration out yet, if there is, you want to be made aware and put on the newsletter, hit me up at Maxine at ourdiabetescoach.com. You can
Okay.
always send me an email, and then if there's a question that you have, I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. But yeah, but connect with me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, both of those social media sites I'm actively on.
Awesome, awesome. Are you on Instagram as well or no?
Not yet. We're working on that.
Okay. Facebook and LinkedIn. So make sure you connect with Miss Maxine Phillips.
Yes.
For more information. All right. So now let's talk about, she also does resume workshops as well, help people get jobs and tell you the proper way to write or create your resume. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Resumes, listen, I cannot stress enough with all these unemployed individuals. COVID has caused us to go into a totally different state of mind.
Yes.
The employment is, as far as unemployment is an all-time high. So
Yes.
what I do is, first of all, I give back by having a Facebook Live on Wednesday evenings at 7:30, and we talk about career strategies and resume tips.
All
But
right.
tonight we're going to have an HR professional and a
Mhm.
business coach to start talking about how do we get ourselves ready for this new way of doing things in the working world.
Mhm.
And then I have a resume workshop that I offer, and it's coming up on October the 7th. And again,
Okay.
I'll offer a morning session and an evening session this time. But those for those who need to have a resume updated, but you
Mhm.
don't want to do it alone. So come and be a part of a group. And I guarantee you that if you take the steps that I'm suggesting, you would leave with an updated resume that's ready to submit with a job application because it's a three-part. We 1 week we do one thing, the next week we do something else, and the third week you're ready to have a complete resume. And I guarantee that if you work and you do the steps, I guarantee that you'll have a resume that's ready to submit with your application.
Right. Awesome, awesome. That is phenomenal information. You all, this is Miss our coach, diabetes coach, Ms. Maxine Phillips, talking about different things and tips for diabetes, to make your health better, and also resume workshops to format your resume, a quality resume, so you can get a good job. Of course, during
Yes.
this time of pandemic, a lot of things are going on, and there is help out there. So make sure you reach out to Miss Maxine Phillips to connect with either one of those or both. She's open to have questions. If you have any questions for her, you can email her and tell them your contact information again, email as well as social media platforms.
My social media platform is Maxine Phillips, and that's on Facebook or LinkedIn. And then
Mhm.
if you want to email me, either Maxine at gamsunlimited.com or Maxine at ourdiabetescoach.com.
Awesome, awesome. We look forward to it. And then let's go over the dates again. October the 2nd is the diabetes
October
workshop.
the 3rd, October
I'm
the
sorry,
3rd
October
is going to be the a diabetes workshop.
the 3rd.
And then
Okay.
the next week, October the 7th, starts the resume that reigns success. So you're going to leave with a dynamite, compelling resume that's going to rain you the success that you're looking for. But you must follow the steps. Now you can't
Yeah.
go there if you're not going to do the steps. I'm gonna hold you accountable for doing it because
That's
if I'm gonna put my stamp of approval on it, you have to follow the steps because I want you to be able to get that interview.
awesome. 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 Thank you so much for coming on. And would you like to end with some words of encouragement?
I always leave with this. It's important that you know who you are as
Mm,
well as whose you are.
um,
And when you know those two things, the sky is not the limit. So
that's right.
don't limit yourself. Always believe in your abilities and follow through knowing what you're supposed to be doing. And I always say, I believe in you and I trust that you're believing yourself.
Awesome, awesome. Believe in yourself. And we have other supporters that can help and believe in you as well. Thank you so much for being my guest. This is Miss Maxine Phillips, a friend as well as supporter of Divine Connections. I'm greatly
Yes.
appreciative that you have helped me in my journey and that we have connected. And so I pray that people have listened to this interview and will share this interview, and those dealing with health or diabetes or need resumes, that they will contact you and we will stay connected.
Well, Dolores, thank you for doing what you do, not only for the small business owners, but for the community as a whole. I mean, you put so many great people forth so we can be heard, found, understood, and be able to help the community. So, I give you all the glory and the honor for what you're doing and continue many, many blessings upon you and this show, Divine Connections.
Awesome. To God be the glory. And thank you for connecting with me. We will stay connected. You all, this is Miss Maxine Phillips, and this is Dolores Williams with Divine Connection. Stay tuned and we will stay connected. Have an awesome, awesome day. And remember to stay connected with the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. You all have an awesome day. Stay tuned.
Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now. Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now.
Thank you so much, and you all have an awesome Divine Connections Day. And thank you, Ms. Phillips, for being on. Have a great day.
Thank you.